come to the other conclusion that you had. The dollar, what can replace it? You spoke about euro and the yuan as potential replacement candidates. What about Bitcoin?
No. Bitcoin, so when you think of Bitcoin, there is the technology that goes behind Bitcoin, which the financial world is very excited about. But besides that, it comes close to gambling when you bet on the Bitcoin. I do not believe it will be, I'm making a prediction here, it will ever be a medium of exchange like the way the rupee is or the dollar is or currencies in the world are. I do not see how that's going to happen, because the minute there's a real threat of that, regulation will step in. So right now it's basically being used to finance activities that have not the best tags on them. So it is, I mean, in my opinion, it's a speculative bubble at this point. There is some fundamental value to it in terms of the technology, but the pricing seems way out of line.
Okay. Well, as a matter of fact, over the past 3 months, in just 1 quarter, the market capitalization of Bitcoin has doubled from around $200 million. It's now over $400 million. Several countries are accepting taxes in Bitcoin, some Scandinavian countries. And the United States has allowed 2 markets to have Bitcoin futures. And if Bitcoin futures are allowed, obviously leveraged positions will be taken by financial institutions very legitimately. So is there not a future that Bitcoin is taking more and more space as a medium of exchange?
No. The U.S. likes to have a policy where it's not interfering directly in kind of what assets can be traded and all of that. And so the Bitcoin is another speculative asset, and it is what it is. But there's heavy regulation of there is much more regulation of the banking sector. I mean, that's what they care about, and they'll pay attention to it. The minute it looks like it's going to impede on any central bank ability to control inflation or GDP or growth in the economy, they're going to clamp down. I mean, it's already banned in China. There are many countries in the world that have banned it. I do not see it becoming a medium of exchange, the way other currencies are.
Okay, so it's only tolerated as much as horse racing, you think? Well, what's your sense, Mr. Rasquinha? Do you think that Bitcoin is going to take away at least some space that gold is occupying as a hedge against inflation?
No, absolutely not. Gold has a very emotive kind of link to it, which takes people on the emotional level as much on the investment level. And when it comes to any currency substitute, what is a currency? A currency is a piece of paper which ultimately is a confidence scheme. And how much confidence do you have in the issuer of that currency to maintain its value and to safeguard your savings? None of that, to my mind, applies to Bitcoin. So it's a nice game to play. I have friends who are dabbling in it myself, but I don't see it ever growing much.
You have rich friends. Well, what's your sense, Mr. Mallick? Bitcoin is just something, a passing pastime?
If I remember my economics right, there are 2 types of currencies. One is a promissory note and one is a legal tender. Bitcoin is neither of them. Okay, Scandinavian countries accepting it as trade is a close proxy. It's yet to emerge as a legal tender, and definitely promissory note it is not. I don't know whether it will be a penny stock or a great stock. That I wouldn't be able to say. But until and unless it has some economic fundamental behind it which gives it the confidence or a legislative confidence, otherwise the currency cannot survive. That is a very strong feeling. It's after all, currency is after all a medium of exchange. It started with barter.
It is a medium of exchange. You can buy Amazon products. You can buy Microsoft products.
Yeah. But you cannot exchange between you and me.
Okay.
See, end of the day, it's not that digital currency.
So it's not arrived there. I agree.
That is
I agree. But money is a
it can be easily hacked into.
Yes.
It can be hacked into.
There's no
the blockchain can't be hacked into.
I mean, you can lose all of this so-called bitcoins that you have by a hacker.
Okay. All right.
A currency would be accepted as a currency when it can be used for trading all around, not only in the digital world. It should be able to also permit trade between you and me. So until and unless Bitcoin comes down to that level, it's not possible.
Yes.
And that requires a whole lot of confidence between both of us in accepting Bitcoin.
Okay.
Today, when it moves from $5,000 to $15,000 and comes back to $3,000, it's very difficult for you to estimate your wealth. And the wealth effect of consumption would not play out.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Rasquinha, Gita, and Mallick for joining us.
Thank you very much, ma'am.